All right, let's talk about something called the flower pot trap. It's this simple story, but it holds a really powerful warning, a psychological trap that is so easy to fall into, but incredibly hard to get out of.
So this is a story about a mouse. And I know what you're thinking, a mouse story? But stick with me, because while the setup is simple, the lesson here, well, it's anything but.
See, it's not really about the mouse. It's actually a trap that every single one of us can fall into. It's about those comfy dead ends we sometimes back ourselves into, in our lives, our habits, and yeah, even in the big projects we're supposed to be managing. So picture this, right? A mouse accidentally falls into this super deep bin of rice. Its first reaction? Pure panic. It's trying to scramble out, climb the walls, do anything to escape. But then, it smells it. This rich, amazing smell of all that grain. And just like that, the panic melts away. It stops trying to get out. I mean, why would you? You just hit the jackpot. And so it just makes a home there. Life becomes incredibly easy. It eats whenever it wants, sleeps in the rice. Life is good. It's totally effortless. And as that rice level slowly, almost invisibly starts to drop, the mouse is getting fatter, happier, more complacent. The immediate problem, hunger, is gone. And because of that, it completely forgets about the much bigger problem. But then, every once in a while, it glances up. It notices the opening. And it seems a little farther away now, a little smaller. So it tries to jump. But it can't. It's too heavy, too out of shape. It just drops back into the pile like a rock. That comfort came at a price, didn't it? Its ability to escape is fading. And the failure? It just sends it right back to the only thing it has left, the rice. Okay, and this is maybe the most dangerous part of the whole thing, the justification. The mouse comforts itself. It starts telling itself stories, right? Hey, there's still a ton of rice left. I'll deal with escaping later. It won't be too late. So it just keeps chewing, ignoring the fact that the exit is getting further and further away. It's choosing the immediate comfort over the long-term reality. And then, of course, the inevitable happens. The very last grain of rice is gone. The mouse is just lying there on the cold, hard bottom of the bin. And in that moment, it hits. It realizes it's trapped. Utterly, completely trapped in a dead end. The paradise is gone and only the prison remains. So think about that, the bin of rice. At first, it was a meal ticket, a stroke of unbelievable luck. But in the end, it became its grave. That's the paradox here. The very thing that seemed like a gift was actually the thing that sealed its fate. And this leads us to the core idea of this whole explainer. We call this the flower pot. It's basically a psychological trap, where an environment that starts out super comfortable and rewarding ends up weakening our most essential skills, our ability to jump, to try hard, to adapt, to push ourselves. It just withers away. And by the time we realize we're trapped, we've lost the strength to get out. And you can see the deception so clearly here. On one hand, you have the promise. Endless food, total comfort. Zero effort required. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But then there's the reality. Your skills slowly dying, the walls gradually closing in, and in the end, inevitable failure. The easy road turns out to be the most expensive one imaginable. So, what are our cheap grains of rice? Well, you know what they are. It's the endless doom scrolling through short videos. It's that video game you just can't seem to put down. It's all those little, low-level desires that give you a quick hit, but slowly, quietly drain you of your real energy and focus. And let's be really clear. This is the most important part. What killed the mouse wasn't hunger. It was the cheap thrill of getting everything without any effort. That's the real poison. It's not about having nice things, it's about how you get them. When reward is completely disconnected from effort, the part of you that knows how to strive and build and overcome, it just starts to atrophy.
Now, this whole idea doesn't just apply to you and me and our doom scrolling. This trap is a silent killer for projects too, big ones. The mechanics of failure are exactly the same.
Let's just map it out. It's pretty wild. The mouse's bin of rice? For a project, that's the big initial budget and all those resources you start with. Feels endless, right? The mouse getting fat and lazy? That's scope creep and gold plating. Adding unnecessary features just because you have the time and money. The opening getting smaller? Those are the missed deadlines, the warning signs that everyone ignores or explains away. And the inescapable bin at the end? That's the sunk cost fallacy. You're so deep in, you spent so much, that you can't imagine stopping, even though you know it's failing.
So yeah, it sounds pretty grim, but here's the good news. Just by understanding the trap, you've already taken the first step to escaping it. There is a way out. So, the big question is, how do you actually escape the bin?
Okay, 3 steps.
It's pretty straightforward. First, you have to acknowledge the comfort. You gotta admit, okay, I'm in a rice bin. You have to recognize that the comfort is making you weak. Second, you measure the cost. You look up and see how your ability to jump is fading. Is your team losing its edge? Are you? And finally, step 3. You make the leap. You have to act decisively while you still have the strength to do it.
And look, the story leaves us with this one last, brutal piece of honesty. Getting out might hurt. You might fall and get a bloody nose. It is still so much better than dying at the bottom. The pain of escaping is temporary. The fate of staying in the bin? That's permanent.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What's the rice in your bin? What's that thing that's a little too comfortable, a little too easy? And more importantly, can you still jump?